the grand opening of Joe Rogan's Comedy Club, Comedy Mothership.
Oh, hi, Mark.
The Comedy Mothership was amazing last night. Like I said, that was the opening night of Joe Rogan's Comedy Club here in Austin, Texas, right on 6th Street. And I got super lucky the fact that I got to get a ticket and go in and experience the first ever comedy show at the Comedy Mothership. Now, for legal reasons, I was not able to record anything when it comes to these stand-up performances and everything. This is true for a lot of comedy clubs. They did this last night. This is pretty common as well. We actually get like a mini pouch. You put your phone in it. It's pretty much impossible to open. And then at the end of the comedy show, they open the pouch for you. However, though, and I'm really glad they did this, here's a picture of the stage itself. They posted this on their Instagram today or the day after the opening night. At the Comedy Mothership, there are 3 rooms. There's the Fat Man, Little Boy, and Mitzi's Bar. And I remember walking into the Fat Man and looking at just the entire layout being like, wow, this is incredible. I feel like the stage itself with that kind of like half circle or half ring reminded me a lot of Stargate. Of course, the venue is called the Comedy Mothership, so it has a very like alien type vibe. The entire layout though was amazing. The way it worked as well, which I thought was kind of interesting, and this could have been just for the opening night or maybe the first couple opening weeks, so to speak. They sold out, I think it was in like 5 or 10 minutes for the entire 2 weeks of the opening of the Comedy Mothership. So what I'm about to say might just apply to the opening weeks, or maybe they're gonna do this the entire time, I'm not sure. First off, you may have seen from the footage, we had to line up right by the Iron Cactus, a bit of a ways from the Comedy Mothership. They then checked for tickets and gave you a wristband, and they'd send up about 3 to 5 people at a time to go to the front, get searched, walk in, and then enter into the lobby. And then pretty standard when it comes to a lot of comedy shows, it was first come, first serve. So it wasn't like you had assigned seating, so to speak. Whoever got there first got the best seat overall. So that's a big thing I will say. Like, so if you are going, and this is true for not just the Comedy Mothership, but also the Comedy Store and other venues, if you want to get a really, really good seat, just get there early. Yes, in some venues there are like premium seating sometimes, but typically it's like, hey, you line up, whoever gets there first or has the first spot in line gets one of the best seats, and then it trickles down from that. And I gotta say, I've been to a lot of comedy venues all over. You know, I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy, and I feel like that was the most, and probably not surprising, the most high-tech and sleek layout of any comedy venue I've ever been to. I feel like a lot of comedy venues have kind of like a, I don't say an old school style feel, but that's the best way I can word it. I remember just walking in being like, I feel like I'm in more of a music venue or a concert type room than a stand-up comedy club, just because, as you can imagine, it's newly built. Literally at the time of this video, you know, that was the opening night. So it was newly built. Everything from the lighting to the sound to just all these little details, you could tell they put in a lot of work. Even just walking around, kind of checking out the lobby and everything, it was just a phenomenal layout. And one thing they did, which I loved, is when you go to the lobby, when they're actually performing, there's a huge TV in the lobby. We can actually see the person performing on the main stage. So let's say you want to run to the bathroom, and the bathroom is downstairs. The Fat Man and Little Boy rooms are kind of upstairs. If let's say you want to run to the bathroom, you can still look at the screen and hear it in the main lobby, let's say as we're approaching the bathroom or whatever, or let's say you want to go outside to, let's say, smoke or something, you can still see the screen and hear it. I gotta say, what an incredible venue. The entire staff was phenomenal as well. Of course, all the comedians last night were amazing. I gotta say, for the official opening night of the Comedy Mothership of Joe Rogan's new comedy club, it was incredible.